Hello, hello, testing, testing. Hi, everybody. Hello, it's Friday. Thank God. Oh, hi, Java. Hello, lurkers. How's the volume? Is it too loud? Too low? Does it touch it to the flow? Cast that Pogger spell upon me. That's what it looks like with my little hand casting some magic. Some Mahiko. This screen moves. It's kind of cool. Kind of like the I Just Want to Be Single game. The screen moved with you with the mouse. Bum, bum, bum. How's it going, everybody? It is I, your local anime girl, Amelie. Okay, me up a touch. Settings. Música. Sonido. Quit game. Okay, how's that? Is that a lot better? Do you still? That's it. Period. Do you still? I like the piano can go a long way, you know. I stomped. Piano can go a long way for atmosphere for games. Like the tune is really nice at the piano, but also like that one high pitched key. You're just like, oh no, someone's going to stab me, aren't they? Let's begin. I guess. Oh yeah, that would make sense. We're Amelie. Amelie, come to DVD. Amelie. And then I think our pen pal is Sophia, and then Lilica is our best friend, but she's got some yandere eyes. I'm pretty sure she may have murdered every potential friend I've ever could have possibly had. But I guess we'll find out. Ooh. Ooh. Love some yandere eyes. Someone trying to out yandere me? JK. Oh, Wes. The rain never seems to cease at this time of the year. It pours from the sky in its unending grief, as if longing for something unseen. Thunder roared in the distance, enough so to make the young woman flinch, but not enough to make her waver. The pendulum clock on the wall swung back and forth, ticking down the time. She seems to be late. There she is, the culprit. She doesn't have pupils. Don't trust people who don't have pupils. No, I'm just kidding. Her pure red eyes of evil. JK. Alas, I've been right about a lot of stuff before. Perhaps she is not coming after all, Amelie. There is no need to make such a sullen face. Mayhaps this is for the best. You didn't stop her, did you? Oh man, she doesn't. Amelie. Does. She wrote that she would be here, so I shall wait. The young lady named Amelie sat upright on the lounge that rested by the entryway. Her back was straight, and her head was level, and her palm was sweaty. Do you truly believe it's safe to have visitors during the outbreak? The Outbreak? When was this game made? This game was made in 2020. That would make a lot of sense. Lilica, I believe we've been isolated long enough, and Sophia has written that it is safe. I trust her word. She would not endanger us. And if your pen pal turns out to be a robber in disguise, what then? Cries and dice. I like the piano. Is the volume still pretty good? It sounds good in my ears, but that's pretty different from what's broadcasted. Amelie smiled. She smiled. She has a way with words that only a woman could have. A lady robber, then. She robbed your heart. Yeah, it works? Alright, sick. Nonsense. By the way, Lilica, have you seen my letters? I can't say that I have. Yes, you can. A knock sounded at the door, instantly halting their conversation. Amelie rose from her place and took a steady step forward before Lilica raised a hand to her. Allow me. The door groaned as it slowly swung open, revealed the young woman who knocked at the door. She was drenched from head to toe. Amelie stood stock, still unsure what to say, but that only lasted a moment before the woman at the door bounded forward and wrapped her arms around her. Oh look, she's so cute! Got a big old jacket. Amelie! Sophia! And my friend Steve. Da 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 Steve. Amelie stood stonk. She stonk. She blinked before finally allowing her arms to wrap around Sophia's back. What were we watching or playing that a character hugged another character and then they didn't hug back? Oh, it's Persona 5, that's right. When the lady hugged Haru and then Haru didn't hug back at all. And I was like, Haru? I guess it's understandable, but also it's just really awkward. Doki doki. I'm pretty sure we hugged somebody and don't. No, we were hugged. Probably by Sayori or something. Typical Sayori. But you're completely drenched. Did you forget your umbrella, perchance? Or perhaps your umbrella got carried away by the wind? Lilica pushed the door shut, sealing the building. I didn't even think to bring an umbrella. The forecast said sunny all day. My fault for believing it, I guess. I can't believe you're truly here. Me either. About time, right? You're just as pretty as I knew you'd be. Oh, blush. We're gonna be lesbians. and you too. What are you wearing? Seeing your house, I feel like I should have dressed a little more. I just got a little bit more jacket. No, perhaps it is I that is overdressed. I mean, her house looks pretty like bougie, like royalty. What else could you be wearing? T-shirt and shorts? Lilica stood to the side, her arms crossed slightly over her chest. Her long hair reached down nearly to the wooden floor. Pardon my manners. My dear friend Lilica is here too. I believe I wrote about her in the past. Maybe some socks. I should have dressed a little more. Maybe some socks. A paper bag. If we walked in like that, we'd definitely be labeled the lady robber. I remember I kept all of your letters safe. Don't worry. As you should. Sorry, but is there any chance you have a towel? I like that we're having like this bondingness. And she's just still drenched from head to toe. Of course, my apologies. I would have usually have someone here to attend to us, but everyone's been sent home. Only the three of us remain. Let me fetch you a towel. But then someone comes back fetching a knife. Amelie knew not to run, yet a part of her felt the need to almost skip in joy. She wanted desperately to be back by Sophia's side, chatting about everything they missed in their letters. The two had been pen pals for as long as she remembered. I used to have a pen pal in elementary school. We used to do that. and she lived abroad, and her name was Fanny. I had kept one letter from Fanny. Unfortunately, because like the school would send our letter, like our like initial letters, and then they were like, the rest is on you. And then I told my parents I wanted to write to my pen pal, and they were like, no. And I was like, aw. So I was like, I need to go to the post office. My parents didn't want to go because they were lazy. They didn't want to buy me stamps. But I kept writing to a pen pal in case one day they were like, let's go. But the day never came. Big sad. I kept hold of her piece of paper with her address on it. But as a kid, I can't do much. But I think I still have it somewhere. Maybe. The last time I saw it was in college in my stuff. I think I thought about writing to her, but then I was like, what if she moved? What if she's gone? So I didn't. Maybe one day I'll find it again. I'll keep y'all posted. Sophia's letter had first been delivered to the manor by mistake, but for some reason Amelie had felt compelled to reply. Since then, the two had been the best of friends, even having not met face to face. To finally meet now in the flesh had certainly been a great excitement to Amelie. It's like when you meet your online friends in person for the first time. You're like, whoa! Whoa! I'll find her and get all those letters out of her. Who, my pen pal? She quickly retrieved the towel and made her way back to Sophia's side. Lilica stood a distance away from her, still looking vaguely unhappy. Sophia spun around, a look of surprise on her face when she saw Amelie. Sophia? Oh, Amelie. Please use this. Thanks, I'll bring an umbrella next time, I promise. I wonder how far away she was. Sophia lightly toweled at her hair and clothing, drying off from the rain she found herself caught in. Then, if you're now dried off, would you care for a tour of the house before afternoon tea? Yeah, that sounds great. On your right is the pantry and down the hall is the boiler room, but you shouldn't have any need for those spaces. I feel like because we pointed them out first, it's kind of funny. Here are some rooms that you are not allowed to enter. But they are here if you were curious. Why do we zoom in so far on her? I don't know, but Sophia's got some pupils. The tiniest of pupils, but she's got some. She seems trustworthy. The two walk side by side with Lilica trailing slightly behind. These are all guest bedrooms. I have prepared this one for you, for your use. If you find anything not to your standards, you can let myself or Lilica know. Amelie, I have a feeling your standards are much higher than mine. I've never been in a house that looks like this. No, is your home not similar? Well, it's a lot smaller. There's no shame in that. You own your own property, yes? Yeah, I recently bought it. With your husband? I was like, she's got a husband? Oh, she's not. She doesn't. That's good. Our chances are still high. What? No, of course not. I'm not married. Your father allowed you to buy a property on your own? Amelie, you speak just like you write. I'm so surprised. And you speak... Oh, and you speaks quite casually. Forgot that Lilica's still there. We're just having a moment and Lilica's like, I'm here too. Thanks for noticing. Are these not children? No, I think they're older. Maybe, question mark. It did not say how old they were gonna be. People usually say that about me. Being here around you makes me want to do... Makes me want to be more formal. What need is there of formality between friends? Well, that's true too. Ahem. This is the morning room and next door to the dining room. We'll be having afternoon tea in the sitting room here. So many rooms. We just watched a video Java sent me the other day of someone chasing someone else in a house, but they kept closing like doors. You know how like in ghost videos they're always like slamming doors shut? In horror games, the monsters always be slamming them doors. She was just like chasing this guy, and he kept closing so many doors in a circle, and I was like, why there's so many doors? Tony! Why does Tony have so many doors? I'll probably have to find it and put it in Discord. Upstairs is my bedroom and the master bedroom. I must ask that you don't enter the master bedroom, as it belongs to my parents, who are currently away. Because anime protagonists never see their parents. Of course, I won't go poking around anyway. All this walking has made me parched. Shall we take afternoon tea now? Sure, that sounds good. Why don't you have a seat while Lilica and I prepare our food? Oh, I can help. Nonsense, you are my guest. It would be remiss of me to allow you to lift a finger. Well, if you insist, but I'm happy to help anytime. Thank you. I will be back soon. Please rest. Amelie. Yes. It's nothing. Take your time. Sophia slipped through the doorway and disappeared. Amelie smiled gently, feeling giddy from the bottom of her stomach. Isn't this lovely, Lilica, to have a new face in the house? It feels like forever. Yes, how lovely. I'm glad you're having fun at the very least. Are you not? Baka. I'm always having fun when we're together, Amelie. I see. Are you jealous? Worry not, my dear friend. Of course, our friendship means just as much to me. I value greatly. Just as much? Indeed, come along, Lilica. Let us prepare tea. She's got this same familiar kind of vibes from Rika from Mystic Messenger. I think Bunny is still out on errands, but if he was here, he'd probably understand what I'm talking about. Because there's Rika, and she's like missing in the Mystic Messenger game. There's like that one ultimate game on your phone that everyone kind of blew up about. Because they would call you and everything. I was also a part of that. I was Team Zen. Never finished this playthrough though. It was too much to keep up and too much space in my phone that had no space. Oh yes, you recall. Oh yes, you do. But Rika was like the beginning of the game, she looked innocent, but then like the more you played Mystic Messenger, oh you knew she was crazy and evil. I didn't see like the follow-up of her story, but I just remembered like she was evil. I don't know if she became unevil. Did you finish the baking yesterday? The pastries are ready for serving. Excellent, I'll just fetch the tea then. Allow me, a lady of your standing shouldn't be doing such a menial task, should she? Don't be absurd, even Sophia herself sees you fine in the kitchen. Did you hear how she jumped to help? I should follow in her footsteps. What will your parents think of that? Your parents! I appreciate the sentiment, but they took with them all the staff. I have a little choice but to prepare my own tea. I see. Then shall I attend to our guest? I wouldn't want her to become lonely. Would you? I'll only be a few moments. Of course. Anything for you, Amelie. There you got it. The one big phrase a yandere says. Anything for you, so and so. I've caught you red-handed. It'll be a good chance for you to become friends too. I'm sure it will be. I feel bad if I'm like wrong about this girl. She's not a yandere or a psychopath at all. But you can't let my guard down. This is a psychological thriller. It looks cute and fluffy, but you know what? It was cute and fluffy when me and Yuri were reading next to each other. And then she pulled out a knife. The maid? Which one is Lilica? Yeah, she's the maid. I don't know if she's like a maid. It looks like they're friends, but she's still like of lower class or something. Or maybe she just puts Amelie on a pedestal. Lilica left the kitchen with slow, deliberate steps. She was walking in slow-mo. Amelie turned back to the kitchen. I wonder which you would prefer. Oolong tea or green tea? Oh, those are both really good teas. Can I save? Oh, I can save. Empty always. Cool. Return. I do like green tea. I do like oolong tea. But to be fair, I guess I've had them both as milk teas. Go with green tea. The oolong was good, though I had it with ice cream. We'll go with green tea. Oh, I sat on my leg. Oh, I made a mistake. Oh. Ah! Green tea would be my first choice. I'm sure Sophia will agree. There. I'm just pouring tea with like one leg going. Amelie retrieved her finest teapot and 3 matching cups. Pink flowers blossomed over the white surface. Something about it reminded her of Sophia. That's cute. Oh, never mind. I knew it. Sophia's got a look in her eyes. Lilica has already probably said something terrible. I've watched enough anime and telenovelas to know. I'm back. Ah, Sophia. Oh, Amelie. I'm sorry, you scared me. Is everything alright? Yes, I think I'm just a little tired. Tell me what happened. Lilica building ghosts. Being a bedsheet ghost. Heckin' Lilica. I only have to make a cup of tea for like 3 seconds. And she traumatizes my pen pal. The audacity of this. An eat snack, thank you. I think yeah, I still got some dried mango. Probably should check the expiration. Okay, these are still pretty good. Good, I'm sorry for the delay, but I prepared the tea and the pastries. Here's don't want them anymore. Oh no. Oh, never mind. So, this is what high tea looks like. High tea will come later. This is just a simple afternoon tea. Will Lilica be joining us? I believe so. Wasn't she here a moment ago? No, she wasn't here. How strange. She told me she was coming to sit with you. Perhaps she's gotten herself busy with something else. Oh, she didn't scare Sophia. Man, I'm just writing this whole like villain background story for Lilica. And kind of waiting for it to come into prophecy. Should we wait? There's no need. It would be sad to let the tea go cold. But she's right there. That's Sophia. Amelie poured tea into the 2 cups slowly, copying the movement she's seen Lilica do time to time again. Do you have much trouble getting here? A little. My ride broke down, so I had to walk for a bit. Oh, that explains why she's so drenched. Broke down? Oh, I'm extremely sorry. If the staff had been here, I would have been able to send someone to collect you. That's okay. It's just a little rain. I just wouldn't want you to be catching a fever. My medicine store has been running low of late. No worries. I usually carry ibuprofen with me. Yeah, that's true. That's what you do. Ibuprofen? I haven't heard of it. Have you... Do rich people not use ibuprofen? Do you just get injected with more money to feel better? Wait, Amelie is the yellow and pink girl and Sophia is the maid. No, no. Java. This one is Amelie. That's me. That's me, Amelie. Come in the DVD. This is my pen pal, Sophia. And long-haired blonde girl, possibly yandere, not confirmed yet. Confirmed but not confirmed, is Lilica. The maid, quote unquote. Anyway, I'm glad you arrived here safely. Oh, her leg is bandaged. No. I'll draw a bath for you later to make sure you are warmed up properly. Thank you. Amelie sipped at her tea before looking down at it with a confused expression. Ooh, a little stale. I'll ask my father to procure a new batch when he arrives home. Where are your parents, by the way? Well, we were separated due to the plague. They took the staff to wait until a cure is found and left me here with Lilica to not catch the disease. Sophia is the yellow-haired girl? No. Yeah, you got it. She's got the yellow jacket. Sophia? Outer space. That's all you gotta remember. Sophia, out of this world. She's got stars in her jacket. But we were separated due to the plague. Or that. Oh, right, I understand. I spent a lot of time separated from my family due to the pandemic, too. When was this game made? It works. It warms my heart to find another thing in common with you, Sophia. I was surprised to hear that it's safe enough for you to visit. Perhaps that means my parents will be back soon. I think so. The world seems to be opening up back up again. So what do you do? Locked up in this big house all the time. There's just too many people. There's only 3 people. Doki Doki had 4 girls. Well, I usually spend my time sewing or playing music. I used to write, but no, Doki Doki had. Go on. It's just Monica. You got me there. Well, my parents wondered if it was feminine enough. Feminine enough? Writing? They just say the plague. This is probably like ye old times, but kind of felt kind of relevant. I don't really think that matters. If you enjoy it, then I say you should do it. Sophia. Then what about you? Well, I'm studying art at university right now, so I guess that's what I spend most of my time on. You attend university? Yeah, although I'm thinking about dropping out. Sophia, you truly are filled with surprises. You own your own land and you attend school? How jealous I am. Why don't you do the same? Start school, then drop out. Oh no, I'm not allowed. Of course you are! Anyone can attend within reason. But, well, wouldn't it get in the way of my marriage? You're engaged? To who? Amelie shook her head. No, not yet, but I'm already 19. I'm sure my father has prepared my dowry. Okay, we've got an age. They're 19. They're like about college-ready age. An arranged marriage? Yes, naturally. I don't think I'll ever get married. Really? Doesn't your family object? I don't think they really mind as long as I'm happy. You don't have to either, you know. You've given me much to think about. Much indeed. Now I wonder where Lilica has disappeared to. Well, it's no matter. The evening is already coming and soon it will be dark. Shall I draw you a bath? Yeah, that sounds wonderful. To be honest, I'm not hungry, so... Can we skip dinner tonight? Skip dinner? Skip dinner? We're gonna have sleep for dinner? Of course, if that's what you wish, let me show you to the bathroom. It's dark. You may not believe it, but my father had taps installed. Isn't that wonderful? Like, taps for a bath? That's right! We used to have our maids fill the bath, but now there's no need. Amelie, you're so strange. I have taps at my house too. Truly, you must live quite the lavish lifestyle yourself. I don't know about that. This is the bathroom. We have now installed a flushing mechanism. Oh my goodness. I think it's just always so funny when there's like just super rich characters. Especially in anime. They're like, oh, what is this contraption? Oh, you know what she reminds me? From Enchanted. There we go, that girl from the main protagonist from Giselle? Gazelle. No, it's Giselle. Yeah. And she's like, the shower. This thing. Whoa. That's what reminded me of. You don't have a laughing emote. Not yet, you don't. Here, I'll do the laugh. I'll do the Mario emote you made for me. Wham. This is the bathroom. Allow me to draw the bath for you. One moment. She starts actually drawing a bath. I just want that in the life. An anime of just a rich girl who's never been on her own before. There's probably a lot of those, but like just I don't know, just making it funny. Like, can you draw a bath for me, so and so? I can. She like grabs a paper and like starts drawing a bath. I have drawn you a bath. Bunny! Hi, Bunny! How you doing? Okay, I'm second. How you doing today, Bunny? Did you get that tea? Did you get the tea? Welcome. We had this girl, Lilica. She hasn't popped back up yet. But when she pops back up, I was telling Java, like, if Bunny was here, he would probably see the Rika vibes from Mystic Messenger I was kind of getting from her. With haste, Amelie entered the room and began to fill the copper bath. It sat in the middle of a spacious bathroom. It was something Amelie was particularly proud of. She smiled as it filled before rejoining her companion. Feel free to go inside and make yourself comfortable. I will return with a towel in a moment. Thanks, Amelie. Amelie, come to DVD. She disappeared inside the room, leaving Amelie alone in the hall. I should light the sconces, too. Where did I put those matches? Lilica, could you not do that? Bunny, do you see it? Do you see it? Do you feel the Rika vibes from Mystic Messenger? The audacity of this girl. You're doing good, your farm magic work. Not only did I get bubble tea, I saved $5 on it. Oh, got my favorite water and a sweater I wanted was on sale, so my mom got it for me. Oh my god! Woohoo! Your farm magic worked to the max today. Sometimes you just send some good farm magic. Yay! I'm glad, Bunny! What a good day. Rika vibes? I hated Rika so much. Same. I see this girl, I'm like, you're Rika, aren't you? All over again. But I'm also doing pretty good. We woke up slightly late, but not as late as last time, but just slightly late. I woke up at 6:45, and that's like 5 more minutes. But I didn't hit snooze, so I end up just like Then I woke up, but it was good. One of my students' birthdays was today, so I brought them like an old Pokemon plush I was gonna get rid of. But then I was like, nah, my student likes Pokemon, so I gave it to them, and they really liked it. And then I got a new kid on my caseload, and he's a cool kid. I had my Minecraft kid, and now I have my Naruto running kid. And I was like, I'm just building this little nerd circle of children. He like Naruto runs back to class. And it was funny because he was coloring a Naruto sheet. And, like, the more he colored, it looked more like Sasuke in the Boruto series with the black hair and, like, the purple jacket that he's got. And I was like, does this kid think Naruto is Sasuke or in reverse? Lilica, the one on the screen? Yeah, that's her. She disappeared for a hot second. Now she's right behind us or right in front of us. Why are you waiting in the shadows? Ah! You gave me a fright, Lilica. Where have you been? Preparing the guest room for your dear friend, of course. How kind. Sophia's just preparing for a bath at the present. I'm going to retrieve a towel from her from the linen closet. Amelie, I think it's best you send her home post-haste. She just got here, though. She skipped dinner just to only have tea. Why would I do that? For all you know, she brings with her the plague. Sophia says it's safe now to travel. She believes father and mother will be returning soon. I believe it is perfectly safe. And what if she lies? Well, you know what, Lilica? At least when Sophia's on screen, the track on the piano doesn't start to go awry. So I start to believe Sophia a little bit more. She wouldn't do that. Sophia's a kind and good-natured person. She would not bring any danger to us. Did you know that Sophia attends a local university? And she lives by herself with no husband? She says that if I wanted, I could also study. The lady of the house should not study, Amelie. You must stay inside the house and await your parents. But I'm sure Mother would want the best for me. Perhaps while I wait for her, I should go to inspect Sophia's school. Amelie, you must stay inside and wait your parents' return. But don't you trust me? Have I ever tried to lead you astray? You just jumped out of the shadows and disappeared for a long while. I don't know. You have no pupils. I'd scream too. Look at Lilika. She scared the soul out of my body. I know I'm just like, where are the matches? She's like, here. Ah! Lilika is 100% guilty. Definitely. I've been calling it. When Monica was on the screen, the piano and the background music started going awry too. Slowly but surely as the story progressed, I've learned my lesson. You can't fool me, Lilika. No, Lilika. I was just thinking that perhaps it truly is beginning to be safe. Look, I have brought today's newspaper. Do you see the title? The Plague Run Rampant. I don't know, you could have forged this newspaper. Maybe you've been doing newspaper forgery for a long time. Maybe she killed my parents. Maybe we're just gonna try it. Maybe she's like arranged it where we'll be together forever. Put any notion of leaving or studying away for now, yes? As soon as it is truly safe to do so, then we shall, and you will be reunited with your family. For now it's just you and me. The red eyes give it away and scream guilty, right? I was just like, look at those eyes! They scream murder! Wait, now that you say it. Thanks, Alika. I'm glad you're here. As I am, as am I. Oh, the towel. Let me go retrieve it. Go ahead. The linen cupboard was filled with various towels and bedding, all clean and properly folded thanks to Lilika. Which would suit her. Pink towel, blue towel. Well, she had like pink on her jacket. This one. It reminds me of her eyes. Oh, I like it. With her chosen towel in hand, Amelie returned to the bathroom door, where Lilika awaited her. First, she knocked at the door, and when there was no reply, she opened it carefully. The sound of tap running still came from inside. Excuse me, I'm coming in. I don't imagine they would show any booba. Or maybe I speak too soon. Okay, never mind. Oh, thank goodness. Like, it didn't say anything mature in the themes, but you just never know. We played Chaos Child, and there was booba. A lot of booba. Booba galore. Sophia? I knocked, but I didn't hear a reply. I brought you a towel. Ah! There she is. She just lives. Chaos Child was wild. Chaos Child was the most unexpected visual novel I've ever played in my life. Everything I knew about visual novels out the window. Every time I thought we were on the right track, something new came out of nowhere, and I was like, what the heck? My visual novel guru skills are unpowerful here. Amelie. I thought it said Amelie first saw a blender. The art style of this game is so pretty, right? It's really nice. And we actually get to play as all three POVs of these girls. We only have Amelie, but I guess after we finish the route, Sophia opens and Lilika's the last one, so it's very interesting. Do I get to choose to stab someone or something? I don't know. Before you came in, Bunny, I've just been writing, hypothesizing Lilika's villain arc this whole time. Maybe I'm pretty sure she's the bad guy. With that piano thing, I'm pretty sure she's the bad guy. Amelie first saw a slender marble-like back, then she noticed the blue hair that fell on those bare shoulders. One side tucked carefully behind an ear. Oh, Sophia, please forgive me. I didn't realize you had already entered the bath. Oh no, it's okay. I'm sorry, you just surprised me. Imagine you're the bad guy. The bad guy. I'll leave the towel over here. Thanks. Blushing gay intensifies. Did you tell her that she must depart? The music changed back to not cheery. No, Is something the matter? Are you feeling unwell? Your face is bright red. So Sophia will stay until she decides to leave. As you wish. I'm sorry, Lilica, but the image of that small and beautiful back filled up Amelie's mind. I believe it is only fair after she traveled so far, and she is my friend. I will finish preparing the guest room. Weren't you already doing that? Have you just been standing here the whole time? Let me come help, Sophia. When you're done in there, you can come to your room. From the other side of the door, Sophia's voice came in return. Okay, thanks, Amelie. Amelie. The guest room was freshly cleaned, and with new linen on the bed and a lit lantern beside it. You did a fine job preparing the room so far. Thank you, Lilica. Anything for you. I was thinking tomorrow, if the rain has cleared up, we could open the greenhouse again and have morning tea there. It has been so long since we last used it. Didn't we already speak of this? You cannot leave the house. Oh, I guess Amelie said that. But surely the greenhouse would be safe. No one else uses it. It is only a few steps from the back door. It is unsafe, you know this. What's gotten into you? It's because of your friend. How bad is this plague? Is plague airborne? I just thought it would be nice to at least sit in the sun. Then you may sit by the window in the dining hall. Is it really so unsafe that even taking a foot outdoors would be dangerous? Yes. Sophia's here, done with the bath. Amelie shook her head, trying to remove the image that was still plastered to it. Just imagining her back. Is the little girl the evil one? Oh yeah, she is kind of short. She is pretty evil. Were you talking about the greenhouse? Ah, yes. Did you see it when you arrived? I did, but it looks like as if all the plants inside had died. Oh, that's impossible. It's barely been any time at all since the gardeners left. I'm sure the plants inside are most sturdy than that. Amelie? Oh, sweet Amelie. How much time do you think has passed in your house? Oh, sweet Amelie. I mean, when we were quarantined, time became irrelevant. Like, it really was super trippy before we went back to work, like, in actual places. Because I just loaf around in nearly the same clothes every day. Living an anime protag life of wearing nearly the same clothes. Style of clothes. And then the days just kind of started to blur, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Persona Monday helps me know it's Monday. Not going to lie, this reminds me of a story I wrote in middle school. Oh, really? What about it? Is the little girl the maid? Yes, little girl, Maido, is evil. You can't spell evil without Serica. Well, even if they have died, maybe we could go in and replant some things tomorrow? How wonderful! Have you not heard a word I said? It's unsafe to do so. Oh, don't be such a spoil sport. I think it would be perfectly fine. Well, it's getting late now, so I'll leave you to retire. If you need anything, my room is just upstairs, on the left. Wink. Good night, Sophia. Lilica left first. The door, which was still hanging slightly open, shifted as she went. Amelie, would you stay for a while? Is something the matter? Just a little homesick. And you are my home embrace. Story time with Bunny? Ooh. It was either for theater class or creative writing. Also, I meant high school. Oops. Ooh, very cool. Sophia sunk into the bed, sighing as her head hit the pillow. Of course, why don't we chat for a while? That's good. The more you're here, the less likely Lelica will come back with a murderous intent. Then come join me. Sophia gently pet the spot beside her in the bed. In the bed? Okay. The bed was still rather firm, unused by many guests. Amelie took a deep breath to calm her racing heart before she finally looked toward Sophia. Thanks for staying for a while with me. It's nothing to worry about, truly. I wanted to spend more time with you too. Really? I mean, they barely met for the first time today. You just kind of like want to like do everything, you know? It was a short story about two people, and one was a killer who killed the other person's partner because they loved them. The killer refused to let the other person leave the mansion. If they did, they would be killed. So it had a bad ending where the killer got their wish and the person was forced to live in the mansion forever. Oh my god! You know, now that I wrote that, how the heck did I get into pastels and unicorns? It's funny, bunny. Funny bunny. That's a good... The fact that you went with the bad end is pretty impressive. Some of my stories, like, I was like, should I do a good end or a bad end? And I was like, Only one time I ever thought about giving a story about a bad end. It was a story that I thought about while I was on a trip with Java and his family, and we got like stuck somewhere, and it was just basically like a small town abandoned. Like, it was so small, it didn't really pop up on Google Maps, and I was like, weird. And I was just thinking, like, imagine a summer getaway with these college students, and like one girl recommends going to this one place, and they end up like breaking down on the way there at this one city mysteriously, and then they find out the city is like full of murderers, and then like everyone tries to escape, and then you find out the girl that led them there was part of that cult, and then they all die, and she gets away with it just to go back to school and bring the next victims. Bwomp bwomp bwomp. I didn't actually wrote it out, but I wrote the whole like synopsis. Bunny was only 15 to 16 and question mark. Was it a cowboy town? No, unfortunately not. No horses, no tall hats. Was it New York? Texas, that is for some reason real, just like Texas, New York. It was not New York either. We haven't been that far up, actually. Jeez, Millie. I thought about this, and I think I conveyed that to Java at like late at night, and he was like, oh my god. My mind is just rampagent of ideas and things. It just goes. You don't find me boring? You are the most interesting person I've ever met. Don't be silly. I am being completely honest. You truly are so unique. I think the same about you. Never met anyone like you, really. You wrote so much about yourself, and yet, seeing you in person, I fear there's still so much I don't know. Well, there's plenty of time for us to tell each other everything. Then tell me something about yourself, something you've never told anyone. I'm partially blind in the right eye. Really? How well can you see? Partially. It's okay, just a little bit blurry, really. You tell me something. Well, when I was 12, I stole a cookie jar from the kitchen and blamed my brother. He was scolded for hours. Oh, we've got a brother. What a mischievous child. I'm sure your brother wasn't all too pleased. Actually, it was his idea. He knew I wanted it, and he told me to tell my parents if it was him if I was asked. Oh, what a good brother. Where is he now? Did he go away with your parents? Amelie shook his head. He died when he was 16. Oh my god! Oh, I'm so sorry, Amelie. What happened? Scarlet fever. So my family was left with only me as an heir. Scarlet fever? What time era is scarlet fever from? Ye old scarlet fever. Oh no, poor brother. I know, what the heck? I also wrote another story for a reading class. We had to rewrite the ending, so I rewrote the ending to the Telltale Heart where the old man was actually evil, and then it somehow became a scene out of Attack on Titan. Oh my god! Dang, Bunny writing Attack on Titan before Attack on Titan. I don't actually know when Attack on Titan came out. This is from the 1800s, probably, or earlier. You know what? That's true. It's just that the clothing is really cute. Like, obviously, this jacket did not exist in the 1800s. This style, maybe. The Victorian-ish. Not as Lolita looking, though. And what worth is a female heir? You're worth plenty. More than plenty. Thank you, Sophia, but some days I am unsure. It's your turn again. By playing 20 questions. Truthfully, I said it before I didn't want to get married, but that's not exactly right. I do. Oh? I just don't want a husband. Oh. Then, I'm sorry, does it make you uncomfortable? Amelie was just thinking about your back like 5 minutes ago. She is all about it. Oh. Oh. I was seeing like, we watched, what is it called? Turning Red. My god. My coworker hasn't seen it. And I asked her if she'd seen it and she was like, no. And then I described it to her. What? What? Oh, there's that scene and you just kind of know. Like, you just know, like, you know. When she starts, like, drawing fan art up with herself and this guy. And I was like, oh my god. Ah, the cringe is unfolding. I'm like, I used to be that cringe. Early 1800s for scarlet fever. Oh, dang. It makes sense. They barely got plumbing. Or not plumbing. Yeah, they kind of got plumbing and, like, valves for their bath. Who doesn't have that? Is Amelie a ghost? Oh, I hope not. The movie looks so good. I think we could, if we log into Disney Plus on my computer, we could probably log it in from Firefox and then broadcast it to the Discord. I think that'd be fun. You drew art of you and Java? Oh my god, I did! That's right, I drew a lot of fan art. Well, I started as Java and I being Greece and Japan from Hetalia. Oh my god. Oh my god! I used to call him Greece. Oh my god. And then I evolved from just drawing that to drawing us as anime people, but I gave Java the bunny persona and I was a cat. So we both had like ears and tails and stuff. Oh my god. I mean, it was cute. But the cringe. Kawaii cringe. It was good. I think I packed them away in a folder thing. No cringe. You're right. It was really good. It was really cute. And no, I've also thought that I also don't want a husband. It was so sweet. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. I did my best to impress. Whenever my father has brought it up, I felt sick to my stomach. How about coming away with me for a while? This has the same energy as, that one meme clip where it's like, get this. We pretend we're lesbians. And we run away together. Something. And then at the end she's like, what about this? We are lesbians. And we run away together. Away? Outside of the house? What about the sickness? It's okay now, you'll be okay. You can come stay in my house and I can show you around my school. You don't have to go through an arranged marriage if you don't want to. You would do that for me? You're my dearest friend. I actually... Ah! Heckin' Lilica, have you been standing there the whole time? Lilica? At some point, the two women had gotten close enough together that they could feel each other's breath on their lips. How close have we been sitting? We've been sitting pretty close. The two parted with reddened cheeks. Amelie, quickly brushing her skirt off and straightening up. I should be going to bed. Please rest well. We can talk more about it in the morning, right? Right. Good night, Amelie. I'll see you tomorrow. Ah, it's cute. Clearly Kyle was in the middle of something. Same energy as the guy who dated each other as a bet to admit they don't have feelings for one another, and they ended up being married. I think you mentioned this one, but now that I read it again, oh my god, it's just like the same. It's the best way to describe that one anime I was watching. I think it's about to wrap up in its last episode, unless it goes to episode 13. Reincarnating another world is a knockout, or my best friend's a knockout. They're both, well, he used to be a guy and then got reincarnated as a woman, and now they always look at each other like, no, I don't like Jinguji-san. I don't think Tachibana's cute. They're like the same energy as kiss your homie goodnight. What a couple of friends these two are. Oh, we're such good friends. So, just two friends in a room, maybe about to kiss. It is late. You should retire to your bedroom. How'd you know I wasn't in my bedroom, Lilica? Did you come by in my bedroom? Disappointed? Yes, I shall. It's nice having someone else around, isn't it? I feel as if the manor is coming back to life. I hope we see Mother and Father soon. I'm sure we will. Shall I see you to bed? Yes, please. The hallway was darkened with only a few sconces and candles lit along the way. This could be a good anime, like a few episodes. I can just imagine like them walking the hallways and the flickering of the sconces and the shadows being all weird and eerie in the back. Pretty good. He's good. Usually that would fill Amelie with a sense of comfort, but right now the flickering flames seemed to make her feel distressed. Whether that was because the way her mind was racing or the way her heart was beating, she didn't know. Or the way Lilica was being a creep. As she rose up the grand staircase, her eyes lingered on the large stained glass window. The moon shone through the colored glass, leaving a rainbow of colors over the steps. It caught her attention for only a moment before she retreated to her bedroom. Lilica, may I ask you a question? Certainly. Have you ever heard of a woman loving another woman, as a woman would love a man? Where did you hear such a thing? Nowhere in particular, it was just a thought that came into my mind. I think you were overtired because of all that excitement, Amelie. I think it's best you get some rest. Lilica, I know you're thinking the same. That's why I beat him. Yondered. Yes, alright. Good night, Lilica. Good night, Amelie. Sleep tight. We awaken! Hooray! We watched that Tails video. I don't know if Tails uploaded more stuff, but the Tails 2 video, and Sonic was there, and someone asked a question about Amy, and he was like, oh, Amy, she started out as my #1 fan, but now she's my good friend. I was like, Sonic just friend zoned Amy and like before millions of people. She'll always remember that. Is Lilica her sister or friend or rival? Oh, that's right. Lilica is her like best friend, entrusted. I guess her parents entrusted her with Amelie after they left for the plague. I guess. Question. It's so funny. Poor Amy, though. I know. I was like, wow, Sonic. He just said it, like, so nonchalantly. But, like, you could kind of tell that it was like, hey, she's just a friend. I was like, oh my god, Sonic. What is this, miraculous ladybug? Good morning, Lilica. I was just on my way to see if Sophia's awake yet. Amelie. Sophia disappeared during the night. I believe she went to the same place your parents went. What? That could not be right. Don't run, Amelie. What did you do with Sophia, Lilica? What did you do? Amelie dashed down the hall and knocked quickly on the door to the guest bedroom, which fell upon with no resistance. Inside, the bedding was disheveled and her luggage was strewn about. Look at her friend! Slightly happy that we are disgruntled. It's not true. She wouldn't just leave without saying goodbye. Dear Amy, I'm sorry. I told you it was a bad idea for have anyone to visit, didn't I? You You heckin' Lilica. No one can have nice things. I bet you murdered my parents too. I bet you gave me my brother's scarlet fever somehow. Oh, Lilica, this isn't fair. I thought she said we would. There, come here. Doesn't it seem a little odd that Sophia was like, let's talk in the morning? You know, I want to be married with a wife named Amelia. Amelie. Whoops. And then she disappears? When your friend says she should be gone? Lilica wrapped her thin arms around the young lady, gently patting her on the back. I saw that! And saw those eyes! Heckin' Lilica, what did you do with her? See, you shouldn't depend on anyone else. I'm here. I won't ever leave you. Amelie clutched at her back, tears already falling from her eyes. We'll be together forever. Lilica! Together forever. Amelie 1 and 1. Sighed Amelie. What did you do with Sophia? You just... What? It's because I chose green tea instead of oolong? That was the end. But now... Oh, okay. We completed 1 of 1. Now we move on to Sophia. Oh, we're changing POVs. Oh, why do we have to end on Lilica? It was the towel, wasn't it? I picked the wrong towel. Oh, we're starting from the beginning. It probably loops to Lilica so it can do all 3 POVs so we can see what happened to Sophia. And then maybe the story will start there. Because I know it's not that short of a game. Heckin' Lilica. Heckin' Rika. Reminds me when I was playing Mystic Messenger to be like, Heckin' Rika. The rain never seems to cease at this time of year. It pours from the sky in its unending grieving, as if longing for something unseen. Thunder roared in the distance, even so to make the young woman flinch, but not enough to make her waver. Reuse text. The taxi gently rocked as the road turned to rubble, and the rubble turned to overgrown dirt track. Outside the window, Sophia could barely see a few feet away through the raging storm. It made her feel uneasy. In her lap, a letter. She read the words again, despite knowing them off by heart. This is Rika. Hating Twitch chat. Oh, this is a Rika hating Twitch chat. Heckin' Rika. Heckin' Lilica. They have cuz in their name. Should have known. Dear Sophia, how glad I am to hear that you are well. I am healthy, although I believe I may have a problem of the heart. Oh no. It's gotten quite lonely waiting here for my parents to return. I am thankful to have Lilica residing with me, but I still await the day where my family will be returned. But you say that it's safe enough for you to visit truly? I have never even dared to dream of being able to see you in the flesh. If it is true, then I will await you at the address written on the back of this letter. Yours, Amelie. I used to write Java notes because our classes never lined up. Yeah, I don't think our lunches lined up until like later. So I would write Java notes and we would exchange them. And I was reading this book called the Chronicles of Vladimir Todd, and in the book, the uncle writes to Vlad, and he says, "Yours for eternity, so and so." And so I started writing that. After I read the book, I started putting that "yours for eternity" in our letters. Saying this now, Lilica killed Amelie's parents. Right? That's what I'm thinking. Why haven't they been back if it's been, like, you know, safe for so long? Where did the staff go? Did she poison everyone? Big aw. Yeah, it was big aw. Big aw. You sure you have the address? You sure you have the address right? We're in the middle of nowhere. Interesting. Sophia stared at the fragile handwritten address that Amelie had left her, had trusted to her. Yes, this is the right way, I'm sure of it. Her heart wouldn't settle. You know, if this is the 1800s, they also have university. I guess schools were still a thing. Meaning what could be a stranger in the middle of nowhere on a day like this? Who wouldn't be nervous? Yet there was something else, eagerness, a thrill. Something beyond mere nerves that turned to excitement. But not the jacket. I know. Her jacket's so sparkly. Bunny, this is the kind of jacket I can see you wearing. It's very cute. Kawaii desu. She could barely imagine the hand that had pinned the letters she had been receiving for years on end, let alone a face. That's fair. I was thinking today how it must be so strange that everyone probably has their own image of what I IRL look like. And it was just a strange thing. Because, like, sometimes when I listen and watch my own friends and streamer friends, I already have like, sometimes I think, like, crosses my mind what they could look like. Just randomly. But sometimes it's kind of funny when I watch my friends and I think about my friends. All I can think about them is as their models. Even when I dreamed of my friends, all I could think is their models. But like in IRL, like the models turn into like people, but they still look like their models. It's very jarring in the dream, but I thought it was kind of interesting. But for some reason, her heart still beat hard when reading the words that the mysterious young lady of 19. I had to include that. From a manor far out in the middle of nowhere wrote to her. Melly knows IRL VTubers? Amazing. It's because we all live in the digital world. Also, I don't think it's 18 Heather. She's wearing a hoodie. Right? That's what I was thinking. I was like, Scarlet Fever? But she's wearing this. Nani? Was it chickenpox is coming back around or something? Or what? Measles? Measles? Measles. Baba measles. You know what we haven't heard of before? Baba Booey. Baba Booey. It's what? Isn't it like measles? Measles? Measles. I heard they were coming back around because people weren't vaccinating their kids. Because people are nonsensical. What?
You can say dumb.
Yeah, that's fair, Java. People are dumb. Desperate to calm her jitters, she pulled out her phone. She's got a phone! Looking to send her worried family one last message of reassurance, only to find that it wouldn't switch on. Oh man, I'm sure it was fully charged. The rain was falling even more heavily now. In the distance, building was spraying into view. It was surrounded by a tall metal fence, with an ornate gate firmly shut at the front. Just then the taxi sputtered and rolled to a stop, smoke rising from the hood. What the? I had this serviced a week ago. Is something wrong? Sorry, miss. Looks like we're out of action. It's okay. I think we're nearly there anyway. Interesting. Is Lilica a demon? Does she have some sort of supernatural powers? A charge phone suddenly dies. A taxi that was in full repair suddenly breaks down. It's raining. On a dark and dreary night. Ghosts. Is she a ghost with supernatural powers? I could believe it. She had no pupils. Pulling the cash from her wallet. Oh, the cash from her wallet. She handed over her fare and stepped out of the car. Run, run, Rudolph. The rain bucketed down from above, soaking her to the very core. She shivered as she dashed towards the iron gate. Surprisingly, it pushed open with little effort, and not even a creak. Sophia stopped in front of the large wooden door, finally free from the seemingly never-ending downpour. From afar, the door had seemed inviting enough, but now it looked awfully large and imposing. Lilica is right behind the car in the woods. We just replaced Shia LaBeouf's name with Lilica. Quiet, quiet, banana. Superstar, Lilica Buff. And yet she raised her fist and knocked anyway. Silence followed. Oh, is this not the right place after all? That was some door opening. And it's raining? Oh yeah, someone's gonna perish, right? It's just got the build up. The door swung open, this time with a low, menacing groan. On the other side of the door waits a fair girl with long brown hair and golden eyes. Sophia, forgetting the fact that she was soaking wet, rushed forward and embraced the girl. Amelie! Sophia! It's time. The Shia LaBeouf song, but it's Java Cavendish. But do we defeat Java Cavendish in the Shia LaBeouf song? Or do we get defeated by Java LaBish? Java LaDish. I like it. Java LaDish. Amelie's gentle arms wrapped around Sophia's back in return. That she will very much stare at later. And finally all of Sophia's worries melted away. Mother, you're completely drenched. Did you forget your umbrella perchance? Or perhaps her umbrella got carried away by the wind. Amelie didn't say that line. That was Lilica. Behind Sophia, the front door swung shut without any assistance. I didn't even think to bring an umbrella. The forecast is sunny all day. My fault for believing it, I guess. Oh, okay, that's right. It did say it was sunny all day. And now it's suddenly mysterious raining around this dungeon. You know, I'm gonna say it. I think they're going to become best friends. They're gonna become the best of friends. So good of friends. They're gonna get married. I can't believe you're truly here. Me either. About time, alright? You're just as pretty as I knew you'd be. And you too. But what are you wearing? Something from the future. I wonder how Sophia, like, I don't know when this plague has started, but, like, she's been here quite some time. I feel like technology has, like, advanced, and that's why the plague is kind of, like, gone and safe now. But Sophia don't know. I mean, Sophia does know. Amelie, who doesn't know. Seeing your house, I feel like I should have dressed up a little more. Though perhaps it is I that is overdressed. But I'll never change outfits, because that's not how that works in a visual novel. Only on rare occasions have I seen visual novels give you different outfits for your characters. Plague? The COVID? That's what I was thinking when she said, like, the outbreak. We can't go outside, Amelie. And I was like, oh my god, is this game created during COVID? Because that makes so much sense. Sophia smiled. Somehow her dress sense seemed to fit her writing style perfectly. Old-fashioned yet very neat and respectable. Sophia felt a slight heart rising to her cheeks. Oh, heat. Her heart wasn't just moving. She really was so refined and elegant. Pardon. Pardon. Pardon my manners. My dear Lilica here is here too. I believe I wrote about her in the past. I like that we won't even show Lilica. No more. She's not even existing on the screen. I remembered I kept all your letters safe, don't you worry. As you should. Sorry, but is there any chance you have a towel? Oh, of course, my apologies. I would usually have someone here to attend to us, but everyone's been sent home. Only the 3 of us remain. I wonder I'll get to see if anything happened while she was waiting in the pantry. Or, I don't know, she wasn't waiting in the pantry. Here you go, Sophia. This pantry closet. You must wait in here and close the door. My co-worker, Sean, he was showing us this video about some YouTuber. I don't remember his name, but the gist was like a parody video on COVID, and he's like disinfecting stuff, and then his friend comes down the stairs and he coughs, and then like the main guy, like he's like, oh, he's just like, the music shifts and he looks at this friend, and then he pulls out a gun. He's like, go upstairs. He's like, ah, but it was just a cough, man. He's like, go upstairs. And he like pushes, like leads him back to his bedroom, and then like closes the door, and he like bolts it shut, and he's like, you gotta quarantine. He's like, but man, he's like, we gotta quarantine for 2 weeks. And he's like, but I don't have any food or water in here. And he's like, that's your problem. And then it like cuts to the main guy saying like, this pandemic is very serious. This outbreak, very serious. My friend died because of it. When reality, the friend died because you locked him in a room without any food or water for 2 weeks. Amazing. Only 3 remain. Danganronpa in a mansion. I was just thinking that because in the kitchen there's a chair with a really weird purple blotch mark, and I was like, what is this, fake blood from Danganronpa? I guess it's not fake blood, it's actually real blood in Danganronpa, just a really hot pink. I gotta find that video. It was really funny because he showed us during lunch, and like it jumps to a cut to this like the main guy kissing a girl with their masks on, and then she sneezes and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and then he without hesitating he shoots her. I mean, it's all fake, of course. He just like pew pew pew, and she falls over, and then he like sprays like disinfectant on her, and then he says, "Bless you." And I was like, oh my god, it would have been funnier if he like sprayed like this disinfectant spray as a cross and then said bless you. It was really funny. Melly and I are on the same wavelength again. Yeah, me and Bunny just vibing in the outer worlds of wavelengths. Oh no. It was really funny. I gotta find the video. I should ask him what video or who it was. Let me fetch you a towel. Let me fetch. Oh, she left! And left us with Lilycut's here too. Does Lilycut tell us something threatening? I bet she would. Amelie withdrew from the hug. She was a little taller than Sophia, despite both being the same age. I just like the little tidbits of visual novels sometimes. That just the writing style. It might be the translation, because this isn't a different language too that you can have an option for. But like there's just those little tidbits, like she was slightly taller than me, even though we were the same age. Like, why is that necessary information? I want to know where Lilycut's from. That's what I want to know. Now I don't need to know that Amelie is tall. I need to know if Lilycut's a demon. Would you rather brownies or cheese sticks? Oh, that's such a hard decision. Yeah, you're right. Brownies for sure. I did think cheese sticks, but my heart immediately said brownies! Oh, I thought I pushed down my microphone. It's just the wire of my microphone. Sophia appeared up at her from below before she disappeared down a hallway into another room. This is really a manor? When she told me about her house, I almost didn't believe it. A layer of dust rested against the tabletop, along with a few other items. On the city? Said to you. A newspaper sat open. Look at the tabletop, look at the newspaper. I should save. Man, I should have been saving it, all of them, the choices. Brownies for sure. Just bought a brownie today. Oh dang, Bunny, we're gonna be brownie twinsies. Both eating some brownies. We are on the same wavelength. Look at the tabletop, look at the newspaper. Yeah, let's look at the newspaper. Is this rigged? Is this old? The city was deep, emerald green. It looked almost unused, despite its apparent age. On it rested a newspaper, open a few pages. Sophia turned her head to read the headline, but from afar could only read the word plague. She reached across to pick up the newspaper. Behind Sophia, the window began to shake in the wind as her fingertips grazed the surface. It's so windy. Lilycut's a demon! Watch, you click on the newspaper and a scary thing happens. Bunny was right. The music is intensifying. The wind's gonna swallow me. Ah! She spun around just in time to see the front door fly open and the howling wind filled the entryway. Is it going to steal the newspaper? She scrambled to the door and with great effort shut again. Phew! Amelie? And Sophia spun back around. The newspaper and its item on the table were all gone. I knew it! Now Sophia can't debunk the newspaper. It's gonna be like plague ran rampant, and if Sophia saw it, it'd be like, yeah, this article was real 3 years ago. Now it's gone. Ah! Why do they keep showing up like this? Sophia? Oh, Amelie. Please use this. Thanks, I'll bring an umbrella next time, I promise. Oh, okay, so Lilycut didn't scare her. I guess she kind of did, using her weird dark magic on this house, haunted house now. In an indirect way. But when we found her, she was frightened. And that makes sense. It was just the wind. It was actually just the wind. But somewhat old. She took the towel. It was soft, but somewhat old. Ye old towels. She lightly dried her hair and clothes, but still found herself cold. Then, the music comes back. Then if you're now dried off, would you care for a tour of the house before afternoon tea? Yeah, that sounds great. On your right is the pantry. Please do not stand in it. And down the hall is the boiler room. Also don't stand in it. The two walk side by side, alone in such a big manner. These are all the guest bedrooms. I have prepared this one for your use. If you find anything not to your standards, you can let myself or Lilica know. Interesting. Has she talked to Lilica while they're in the same room? They're not showing Lilica here. And I wonder if Lilica's actually a ghost. What if Java was right? What if y'all were right? She's a ghost. It would make sense, like she's possessing the house, has cursed this whole thing, keeping Amelie here. Maybe only Amelie can see her. Maybe. If Lilica's a ghost or a demon, that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. And we could say we called it. And then we exorcise her from this world. Amelie, I have a feeling your standards are much higher than mine. I've never even been in a house that looks like this. No, is your home not this Gucci? Well, it's a lot smaller. There is no shame in that. You own your own property, yes? Yeah, I recently bought it. With your husband? What? No, of course not. I'm not married. Your father allowed you to buy property on your own? Amelie, you speak like you. How you write? I'm so surprised. I do that too. I speak how I write, and Java notices when I write stuff, and he proofreads it for me. He's like, "Dang, Straw, you speak how you write." I'm like, "Dang," and I don't speak very good. No, I'm okay. Or Amelie is a ghost, but Sophia still sees her, and Lilica is grieving. Aw, cries. Oh, cries. That would be so sad. Amelie is your house, not Gucci. To not catch money. I was just thinking that. It's like, it's okay, Sophia. Your house can still feel cash money. And you speak quite casually. People usually say that about me. And being here around you makes me want to be so much formal. When is there need of formality between friends? That's true too. Ahem, this is the morning room, the next room, the dining room, and we'll be having afternoon tea in the sitting room here. But you'll never see morning tea, apparently. So many rooms. Upstairs is my bedroom, and the master bedroom. Don't T-pose and assert your dominance in my parents' bedroom. From the landing below, Sophia could see the door to the master bedroom. For some reason, her eyes were glued to it. Uh-oh. Come inside. I'm fine. Thank you. I'm perfectly fine. Skip it, please. Come open the door. We're waiting for you. Sophia? Of course I won't go poking around anywhere. The music box! Hold on. Defy your fate! Oh my god! Wait, just give me preferences. There we go. Defy your fate if you insist, but I'm happy to help anytime. I removed the music box for you, bunny. I was hoping it would stop when we finished the text. Defy your fate! Oh my god, there's so many options. Well, I guess so it makes a visual novel. If you insist, but I'm happy to help anytime. Thank you, I will be back soon. Please rest. Amelie? Yes. It's nothing, take your time. Amelie, is your parents actually away? I have so many questions the more we progress. Thank you, Millie. Thank you. Of course, Bunny. I did not want you to feel uncomfortable during all the music. I knew this was gonna take... Since we didn't skip when we passed the lines in blackout, I was like, oh no, it's gonna be the whole music, isn't it? Gotta make sure every bear is comfy. Is it okay if I ask you something? Of course it is. Is there someone else in the house with us? There's no one else apart from myself, you and Lilica. And Lilica's... She's gone to the kitchen. Didn't you see her enter? Oh! I knew it! I was like, why is she on the screen? That's so weird. I mean, it makes sense. Sophia just wants to see her friend. She's not friends with Lilica. And her friend, Steve. I don't know why, but the music box is either really cute or super scary. It was a mix of both. It kind of feels like music boxes when they've got a certain tune are really cute, but like when they start, it's just like that certain kind of rhythm that you know something is waiting in the darkness and wants you to play. And no. We learned you don't mess with clowns in the sewer. You just wait for the Ninja Turtles to beat them up. And you don't go into those kind of places. Water me, thank you. Keeping me watered. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, Steve. She's just gone back into the kitchen. Didn't you see her enter? Right. My vision must be playing up. Oh, that's right. She can't see partially in one eye. Either she's a ghost or we just literally genuinely can't see her. Wait, no, because... Yeah, that's right. Oh my god, that makes so much sense. Now I'm piecing it together. There's lines here that Lilica said. And I was like, weird. The text messed up and said that Amelie said it. But Lilica said that. And then Lilica didn't say any lines here. And I was like, wait a minute. She was definitely here. Oh, the plot thickens. Getting so thick. A stretch? Thank you. I stretch. Thuck. the plot gets so thuck. Is something the matter? No, it's fine. I'll wait for you inside. Ba-da-da-da-da-da, Steve. Now you only hear my feet steps. What kind of music do we got? We got no music. Bum bum bum. Gotta watch this VOD from the beginning. It was really good. Like it played. I am glad I didn't skip it because I was like, oh, we're just gonna sit through the same dialogue. And then I was starting to notice weird tidbits like where is Lilica's lines? Why is Lilica not on the screen? Where are her evil red eyes? The room was spacious and dead silent apart from Sophia's footsteps as she crossed the wooden floor. Each step was deliberate and slow as her eyes searched through the room. Nothing in particular stood out. Large windows showed a glimpse of the outside world through the curtains. The rain was still coming down hard, obscuring her view. The windows shook every now and then, but the wind had seemed to die down a little. Ah! So little, like, it just happened abruptly and then stopped. See, this chair is stained. This kind of looks like a stain. That's uneaten ice cream. Died down a little. Behind her, a chair in the dining hall had been pulled out, as if it were waiting for her to sit down. Amelie, was that you? Amelie? Her hand rested against her chest, begging her heart to be calm. Or Lilica? Whether a hollow laugh sounded through the room or not, she wasn't sure. She quietly sat down in the seat that was left for her. Oh, that's fair, because Lilica says that she's gonna go over there, I guess. Now she's not. This got twisty, very twisty. The table was already set, but once again she noticed a thin layer of dust on the surface. Through the silence, Sophia could hear it again. Oh my goodness. No wonder Amelia doesn't know. Amelie doesn't know. The world's safe. Like, if she sees Lilica, she definitely probably doesn't see all this dust that's gathered. Doesn't realize how much time has actually passed in her house. Is Amelia frozen in time? She said her brother's passed away from scarlet fever. But I've got, like, a kawaii pastel hoodie and an iPhone. That definitely wasn't around. Is this place trapped and cursed in space? The plot thickens even more! We're going down a rabbit hole. Through the silence, Sophia could hear it again. Footsteps. But this time from directly above. The master bedroom? Woo! Oh my god! Oh no. Hold on. Oh, thank you, Bunny. Thank you, Bunny! Alright, there is a noose now. That's never a good sign. In front of her very eyes, Sophia watched the scene unfold. Alright, I'll give everyone a moment if they want to look away. While I eat this piece of mango. Oh yeah, Java just walked back to his chair. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna move forward. In front of her very eyes, Sophia watched the scene unfold. A woman not older than 40 removed her shoes and stepped onto the table, yet nothing was disturbed. Did Amelie's parents not leave? Did they perish in this home? My god, Amelie! Amelie on DVD. She reached up and took hold of the noose. It wrapped around her like a pearl necklace. Join me. The woman's eyes locked onto Sophia's. Her hand was outstretched, waiting to be taken. Oh my goodness. A rusty smell filled her nose, scented with the faint smell of perfume. I appreciate the game not showing us anything graphic, unlike Donkey Donkey. Sophia shivered in response, her breath frosty in her lips. Alright, this is where definitely we found Sophia, and she was really scared, and Amelie's like, are you fine? She's like, ah! She reached for the hand slowly. I'm back! Ah! Yeah, that ah. Defy your fate? Yeah, I'm not gonna get taken by Lilica. What the heck? I gotta ask about it. I gotta break you free, Amelia. Amelie. Dang, I keep saying Amelia. It's Amelie. It's probably Amelie. Unless it is no, it's Amelie. Amelia has an A at the end. I mean, but what if you do? Not defy my faith or do defy my fate? Sophia? Oh, Amelie. I'm sorry you scared me. What if I do get taken? Well, I mean, the third part of the story is in Lilica's POV. Not a good sign. We'll probably get the background story of everything, though. Which I did want. I did ask earlier. I was like, I don't want to know Amelie's like taller. I want to know if Lilica is a demon. And I spoke too soon. Is everything alright? Sophia stared at the spot where the woman was only a moment ago. Both she and the noose had disappeared. Amelie, something is the matter, isn't it? Did something happen with this room? Happen? What exactly do you mean? Did a woman with brown hair, tied in a bun and dark green dress ever live here? Well, it sounds like to me that you're describing my mother. Your mother? Yes, she's just as you described, but you couldn't have seen her here. She's still away. Right. Let me pour us tea before it gets cold. Oh my goodness, that makes sense too. Amelie was like, oh, the tea is kind of stale. I'll make sure that it gets like updated with stock. I think that tea is beyond expiration date, Amelie. Several hundred years old. Will Lilica be joining us? I believe so. Was she not here a moment ago? No, she wasn't here. Oh, how strange. She told me she was going to come sit with you. Perhaps she's gotten herself busy with something else. Should we wait? Oh, there's no need. It'd be sad to let the tea go cold. Sophia watched the tea to fill the... We watched tea. Sophia watches the tea filled 2 out of 3 cups. The third cup's empty. I feel like the music kind of stopped all of a sudden. Oh no, it's just kind of low. The music has gotten mysterious. For some reason, the very sight filled her with dread. She picked up the cup and brought it to her lips. It was green tea. The taste was bitter and musty. With her heart on edge, she placed the cup back down in the saucer, smiling towards Amelie. Do you have much trouble getting here? A little. My ride broke down, so I had to walk for a bit. Broke down? Oh, I'm extremely sorry. If the staff had been here, I would have sent someone to collect you. It's okay. It was just a little rain. Just a little rain. Paladin! Hi, Paladin! How are you doing today? We're in a haunted house. How are you doing? Welcome, 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 welcome. Head pats for me. Java, you know the drill. Also, first time for singing in your way back. Is Franco in the house? Franco in the house? Like Franco TV? Or is that different Franco? We're here in... Well, so the story so far, to catch you up to speed, this is Amelie. And we were Amelie POV first. And we saw this other girl. And I was like, oh, she's definitely evil. And stuff. And then we got taken. And this girl that we are now in POV. And then we switched to this POV. So now that we're here, after we've been like quote unquote taken. But now we're starting to realize that Amelie might be trapped in time and this house is haunted and her friend Lilica might be a demon. So things have been intensifying. Franco TV. I like Franco TV. I feel like watching this play out, yeah, we've caught a few ghosts and ghouls on camera. Kind of. I just wouldn't want you catching a fever. My medicine store has been running low of late. No worries, I carry ibuprofen with me. Ibuprofen? I haven't heard of it. I thought maybe it was just a little like a rich kind of person thing. Like rich people are just so rich they don't take like ibuprofen over the counter medicines. And I was like, weird, you know, I just kind of thought like any person would just have ibuprofen, you know? But maybe it just never was invented for Amelie. We're learning so many things. But I hope you're doing well today, Paladin. Anyway, I'm glad you arrived here safely. I'll draw a bath for you later to make sure you're warmed up properly. Thank you. Amelie sipped her tea, but before looking down at it with a confused expression. A little stale. Ask my father to procure a new batch when he arrives home. Where are your parents, by the way? Well, we were separated due to the plague. They took the staff to wait until a cure is found and left me here with Lilica to not catch the disease. Right. I understand. I spent a lot of time separated from my family due to the pandemic, too. It warms my heart to find another thing in common with you, Sophia. Maybe that's why the newspaper blew away, because it would show the actual year of the newspaper. Oh, it's all coming together. You're doing great. Happy to be here. Yay! I'm glad, Paladin. How are you and Jabba? We're doing pretty good. The day was long, but it wasn't bad. It was pretty good. It was one of my kids' birthdays. He's going to a place that kind of reminds me of this one place I went to when I was younger. Like Getty's Pizza or Mr. Getty's Pizza. It's not... I don't think those are still popular or in demand. But they used to be super popular when I was younger. And he's going to a place kind of similar to that. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Very cool. And it reminded me like, oh my goodness. Like I got my kid a gift. I just gave him Pokemon. But it reminded me of like when I was younger, I got invited to a party. Because he was telling like he invited his friends from class. And I remembered the moment when I was younger, realizing we were kind of poor, is when I went with my dad and my brother to the party, you know, because we're kids, and my parent wanted to chaperone us, I guess. And like, all I did was I folded this piece of paper and I said happy birthday and I drew a Spider-Man. I wrote a really good message for my friend, and then I we didn't have money to buy a gift, so my dad gave me $2, or maybe it was $5. And I knew the moment we were pretty poor is when I had to put my gift on the table, and everyone had like really big boxes and bags and stuff all wrapped and procured, and then I had to like really sadly put my $5 birthday card that I handmade on the edge of the table. Ugh, destroyed. Big sad. What a big change though, being an adult now. But I was like, whoa, what a weird memory to remember from the bottom of my memory chest. It's all coming together. Big sad indeed, right? What a shocker as a small child. That's why I always made sure my friends, even like growing up now, made sure they had really nice gifts, because it made sense why my parents couldn't get me any kind of gifts. They'd be like, happy birthday, and like a cake. And that was basically it for my birthday for until like college, maybe. Just a cake and stuff. So I always wanted to make sure my friends had gifts, even though I gave them stuff that I had. This music is not helping me talk about these things. I can hear it in my ear. Oh, that's okay. Amelie in a better place now. I was surprised to hear that it's safe enough for you to visit. Perhaps that means my parents will be back soon too. I think so too. The world seems to be opening up back again. So, what do you do, locked up in this big house all the time? Well, I usually spend my time sewing or playing music. I used to write, but, well, my parents wondered if it was feminine enough. I don't really think that matters. If you enjoy it, then I say you should do it. Sophia. And what about you? Well, I'm studying art at university right now, so I guess that's what I spend most of my time on. You know, I guess that kind of makes sense. In the old days, people didn't like when a woman wrote a story, which is crazy. You know, that people kind of thought that way. It's just so absurd. You know? People still think that way, but that's still pretty absurd. Ye old ancient ways. Be gone. But, you know, I forgot her name. She wrote the Murder on the Orient Express. It was like boomed, like mystery novels that like changed an era because people really liked it. And I was like, you know, it doesn't matter with any gender or non-gender. If you like writing, it's just spilled all from your mind. It's pretty cool. Imagination. You attend university? Yeah, the music isn't helping the Barry flashback. I could hear it while I talked. And I was like, dang, I feel like a spotlight upon me. Yeah, although I'm thinking about dropping out. Amelie, this isn't the 1800s. Fight your parents. I know, fight your parents. You're 19 now. They can't stop you. Agatha Christie? Yeah, hi Colt. How are you doing today? Welcome in. Yeah, that's her. I was watching, was it BuzzFeed Unsolved? Because was she murdered? No, I think they might have talked about her book. No, she disappeared. Yeah, I think she like disappeared. And they kind of like maybe assumed that she was murdered. I don't remember. But, you know, I kind of hope like she disappeared, but like by her... No, she had kids. I can't remember. I forgot that she had kids because I was like, I remember she was going through a really bad marriage because the guy like cheated on her and whatnot. And so I was like, well, you know what? If she wants to just take a break and like go off and everything, that's in her entitlement, and she's entitled. But then I forgot the part where she has kids and then like she disappeared and like they found her car abandoned, and so it looks pretty bad. She was in an episode of Doctor Who. She was in an episode of Doctor Who. Which Doctor was it? I've got David Tennant all on DVD. Haven't watched it all, but I have it all on DVD, the full season. He's my favorite Doctor. I think he's all... No! Eccleston was my first doctor. And then we went to Tennant, and I was like, I love David Tennant. Sophia, you truly are filled with surprises. You own your own land and you attend school? How jealous I am. And why don't you do the same? Oh no, I'm not allowed. No school. I'm too cool for school. You're doing good, a little tired, but that is what the weekend is for. Ah, yeah, definitely. At the beginning of the stream, I was like, it's Friday, thank God. Time to sleep and relax and watch funny videos sometimes. Also, I hope you get some good rest. Talon! Hi, Talon! Welcome in. How are you doing today? Howdy doody, Bakaroody. We're in a haunted house. Of course you are. Anyone can attend within reason. Java moved so fast in my peripheral, you scared me for a second. It was just like, phew. And because we're in a haunted house, I was like, ah! You get so immersed. I think Matt Smith, Tennant, is one also my favorites, as well as Capaldi. I also like Capaldi. I know when he happened, when he morphed, people were like, nah. But I was like, you're just disappointed you can't thirst over another doctor. I know how fandoms work. I like Capaldi. He brought it fresh. He brought it funky fresh. I haven't watched a lot of Matt Smith. Not like that I don't like Matt Smith. I just never got a chance to watch a lot of Matt Smith. I only got to watch like the sad episode that Matt Smith was on because it was just happening on TV, and I was like, wow, what? To like start on Matt Smith, like it was like the sad episode. I was like, what the heck? You're doing all right. That's good, Talon. I hope you have a good rest of your evening. You chillax too. I'm also doing pretty well. Had a good day. Like the morning we woke up late. Whoops. My beef. But it still went good overall. Having all my kids. Like I don't mind my work. Like sometimes it can be really tiring, but because it's a lot of emotional energy you have to dedicate to several different small people and your coworkers. I think the only thing that like not dampened the day is when I have to talk to my supervisor. I just don't like my supervisor. I think she just thinks too much about the data and analytics. It's not about how we feel as people and how our students are people, small people. So I don't like talking to her. But we had a one-on-one today and I was like, but it was okay. It was fine. There was some Mexican candy in our workroom and I was like, oh, I had the paletas, you know, the caramella paletas. They're like dulce de leche. There we go. They're dulce de leche paletas, lollipops. They're really good. They got like the cow on it. It's got a logo. It's really good. John, I brought you some. It reminded me when my mom gave me what's it called? Mexican candy. Because we're Hispanics. It makes sense. She'd bring them back from Mexico sometimes. I really like dulce de leche. Haven't had it in quite some time. It'd be pretty good. I like the ones where it was like dulce de leche, but like it had like this like thin candy like coating on both sides. It was like white and it was like thin. I like the mazapans, like peanut like powder, but like hardened, but like when you like grabbed it, it like shattered. And the Glorias, they're basically dulce de leches, but they've got like, what is it, hazelnuts? They've got some kind of peanut in it. I think it's hazelnuts. They're really good. If you have never had Mexican candy, I would highly recommend the Glorias for the dulce de leches. Also the dulce de leche lollipops, those are really good. They've got little caramelized candies too. This is a brand that's got just a cow on it. It's like a cute little cow. I forgot what the other ones are called. Mazapans are really good. Unless you're allergic to peanuts, then you should definitely not be having mazapans. Because it's all just crushed peanuts. Just punch. The flan? Do you have the flan? Maybe. The lollipops? The lollipops are good. But well, wouldn't it get in the way of my marriage? You're engaged? Amelie shook her head. No, not yet, but I'm already 19. I'm sure my father has prepared my dowry. Dowry? An arranged marriage? Yes, naturally. I was about to say, I don't think that happens as often anymore. But it still actually does happen in different cultural settings. I don't think I'll ever get married. Really? Doesn't your family object? I don't think they really mind as long as I'm happy. You don't have to either, you know. You're 19. Live your life. You've got popsicles? Ooh, what kind of popsicles? Is it like the frozen ones you put in the freezer? Like you buy them, they're all liquidy, and then you put them in the freezer, and then you cut the top, and then they go... I described it step by step because they're the same popsicles we used to get. My doctor would give me those when I was younger. She'd give me a little popsicle. She'd be like, what color you want? And I'm like, red. And then I'd be like, then you get old and they stop offering you popsicles. I think they stopped having popsicles and now reverted to lollipops. Maybe. I know when I got my second COVID shot, the doctor had like a little thing of lollipops, and I was like, can I have a lollipop? He was like, yeah. And so I got one. And I was like, yes. Fruit candy is still good candy. You've given me too much to think about. Oh, you've given me much to think about. Much indeed. Now I wonder where Lilica has disappeared to. Well, it's no matter. The evening is already coming, and soon it will be dark. Shall I draw you a bath? That sounds wonderful. To be honest, I'm not hungry. So can we skip dinner tonight? The audacity. I'm still appalled. What are we having for dinner then? Sleep? You have popsicles too? Everybody got popsicles today. That's what you have? Those are really good. The orange creamsicles. Is it the one where it's, well, yeah, like should be. They're orange on the outside and they've got like the cream on the inside. Those are my favorite. Those are so good. I used to also have these old banana ice creams. We got them because they were the cheapest in abundance. And they were just banana flavored, and they came in a pair of two with each a stick, and then you chopped them. You didn't chop them. You like broke them in half so you can eat one at a time. Or be like me, I just like now I would just eat it as one. But holding both sticks? Not all the time, but sometimes. Lollipops are filled with medicine. Or at least they used to be. They used to be filled with medicine. Is that why doctors used to give it to children? Here you go, have some medicine. On the house. Of course, if that's what you wish, let me show you to the bathroom. You pull this lever and it flushes. Isn't it amazing? You got some? Yeah! Sick. Those are my favorite. Haven't had them in a while. Bought them the other day. Well, actually, other day was like several months ago now that I think about it. Before she left the room, Sophia took one last look back at where the noose once hung. Amelie, I don't think your parents are coming back. That's how Amelie met Java in the freezer department. That's funny. I don't know if they make those banana ice creams anymore. Banana popsicles. Java, next time we go to the Heb, we should check. Except we totally forgot. They were really good. That we just kept constantly buying them. And they were just kind of cheap. They were like several, like maybe 24 to 12 for like $3 or $5. Wasn't that bad for like a big abundance of it. It's just a big bag. You may not believe it, but my father had taps installed. Isn't that wonderful? Like, taps for a bath? That's right, we used to have our maids fill the bath, but now there's no need. Amelie, you're so strange. I have taps in my house too. Truly, you must live quite the lavish lifestyle yourself. I don't know about that. I live in cash money fresh. This is the bathroom. Allow me to draw the bath for you one moment. Alone in the hallways, Sophia appeared back up the grand staircase, past a large stained glass window and a dark door. Shut tight. Did Sophia go into the forbidden room? Is that why she disappeared? No, her stuff was scattered all over the floor. Can't believe Amelie just believed that Sophia would disappear. Her bed was disheveled and her stuff scattered on the floor. That doesn't seem like someone just kind of left in the morning. No. Feel like someone's been kidnapped. Opened the freezer and I fell out. I saved that banana's life. His oxygen level was running low. A moment later, Amelie popped back out of the bathroom. Feel free to go inside and make yourself comfortable. I will return with a towel in a moment. Thanks, Amelie. Water spewed from the rusted pipes in the steel-lined wooden bathtub. Everything else was silent. Sophia took careful steps forward and peered into the bath. All seemed natural. With a sigh, she finally let her shoulders relax, and in her mind, all she could see was that woman, with her outstretched hands reaching towards her. Well, the nice piano music stopped, so I don't think we're gonna have a good time in the bathroom. Thank you, Bunny, for the warning. You know when the music shifts and stops? Never a good sign. She clutched her hand to her chest. It still shook. Sophia stumbled forward until her hands rested on the other side of the washroom basin. Her fingers held on tight until her knuckles were bone white. It's okay, Sophia. You're just tired. I could understand why she would ration that out, but also you described Amelia's mother. Oh wait, Amelie's mother perfectly when you'd never even seen her before. Kinda spooky. when the music is off, the warning goes on. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate. Her eyes traveled up to the mirror. It was embellished with a golden frame. Ugh. Mirrors in a bathroom in a horror game. Never a good sign. This is psychological horror, but still a horror game. She stared at her reflection. No, don't look at your reflection. She was still herself. Until it was all a figment of her imagination. That's when she saw it. Oh, those drums kicking in. Oh. Oh no. I'm gonna give everyone a moment to mentally prepare in case something pops up on screen. I don't think so, but the music is intensifying. In the mirror standing behind her, a young woman with long blonde hair that nearly reached down to the floor and deep blood-red eyes. I knew it! She didn't have pupils! Just pure red! I called it. She got murderous intent all scribbled on her eyes. She didn't try to speak or make any movement. She just stared with her big, dark eyes. Who? Sophia wanted to spin around to confront the girl, but her whole body was frozen stiff. And yet, Bunny still gets scared. I mean, that's the point of horror games. But Bunny a brave boy. The young woman finally started to move. One step at a time. Maintaining eye contact through the mirror, she crept closer, and closer, until Sophia swore she could feel her breath on the back of her neck. Don't breathe on my back, please. Boba brave boy. I like that. Boba brave boy. Her mouth seemed to be moving, but no words escaped her lips. Who are you? She spun around, but no one was there. All I see is Bobby fart butts in my peripherals. Heckin' Lilica. I knew she was evil. The water overflowed from the tub, spilling out over the floor. Sophia rushed forward to turn off the tap and noticed it. Oh, this is a nice effect. I don't think I hope nothing pops out. Thank you, Bunny, for the warning. The fruit punch! The fruit punch intensifies! Feels like we're in a bottle of Dr. Pepper. Like, this is the POV if you were Dr. Pepper. Yum, yum, yum. The water that came from the tap was red. A dark, deep red. She hurriedly turned the tap for what felt like forever, and finally it stopped. Sophia stared at the dark liquid inside the tub. Without thought, her hand dipped in. When she withdrew it, each finger was dyed red. Something about it captivated Sophia. She undressed one layer at a time, peeling away the still damp clothing and stepping forward and into the bathtub. Oh no, Sophia's being consumed by the house! She sank down, until everything under her shoulders was submerged in the liquid. It felt heavier than water. Much heavier. I had to cough for a second, so I muted. As she stared directly ahead, those blood-red eyes reflected in her mind. Heckin' Lilica. Why not just end it here? You're scared, aren't you? Just sink down and accept your fate. Accept it? Heckin' Lilica, why are you doing this to our pen pal? We're gonna free Amelie. You hear me? You hear me from beyond the screen? She could no longer hear the sound of the door opening as her face sunk down to liquid and her eyes shut. Sophia, I knocked, but you didn't reply. I brought you a towel. Ah! Don't accept it. No, Sophia. You gotta win Amelia and save her from this fate. Save her from this fate. Being locked in the house forever. In time, I guess, too. Sophia's eyes sprung open. The water was clear and the tap was still running, causing it to overflow until the floor once again. Sophia drew her knees to her chest, still facing away from Amelie's voice. Heat rose to her cheeks. Being seen like this by her. Oh, Sophia, please forgive me. I didn't realize you already entered the bath. No, it's okay. I'm sorry. You just surprised me. I'll leave the towel over here. Thanks. The door shut again. Sophia finally turned back to look at where Amelia once stood. No one was there anymore. Not Amelie. I keep saying Amelia, gosh darn it. Not Amelie. Not a woman in a long green dress or a lady with blonde hair. She sighed. What's going on? She sank into the water, although this time fully conscious of what she was doing. Not feeling all that much better, she stepped down and took hold of the towel that Amelie had left for her. Water fell from her body as she stared at the cloth. The towel was pink, similar to her favorite hoodie. Ah, yeah, I made the right choice. I was like, the pink towel, because her jacket's kind of pink and cool. It would match the aesthetic. Lilica is at fault? Heckin' Lilica. Can't have nice things. The towel was old and full of holes and what seemed to be burn marks. I want to know what happened at this place. Like, I feel like Lilica's at the center of it. But, like, what happened? I have so many questions. Reluctantly, she wrapped it around her body. From outside the door, Amelia's voice called out to her. Let me come help, Sophia. When you're done in there, you can come to your room. Okay, thanks, Amelie. Who is she helping? Lilica? Oh, okay, I noticed that too. There was a line that was said, and Sophia said, thanks, Amelie. And I was like, oh. I guess I misread that, and I gave the wrong character the wrong voice line. No, I was right. I didn't mess up. But it's messed up. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Wait, where's that sound alert? No, I don't have it. I was trying to find the what's it called again? X-Files. There we go. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. She shivered. The room had become awfully cold and the towel did little to bring her warmth. She picked up her discarded clothes and redressed. Her clothes felt foreign and wrong on her. She took a deep breath and then swallowed hard. I'm okay. The hall was already darkened with no light spilling in from the windows. A few sconces attached to the walls were lit with five flames. Oh, with live flames. but it offered little in the way of calming her. Step, step, step. The floor creaked under her weight. She stopped outside the bedroom. Inside she could hear talking. She put her ear to the door. Didn't we already speak of this? You cannot leave the house. Oh, but surely the greenhouse would be safe. No one else uses it. It's only a few steps from the back door. It is unsafe. You know this. What's gotten into you? It's because you're a friend. I just thought it would be nice to at least sit in the sun. And you may sit by the window in the dining hall. Is it really so unsafe that even taking a foot outdoors would be dangerous? Yes. Oh, she's been talking to herself the whole time. Except Lilica is actually there. She's talking through Amelie. Sophia opened the door and entered the room. Bum, bum, bum. Amelia stood by herself making the bed. Wait a minute. We were there on the bed, but somebody knocked on the door. Amelia stood by herself making the bed. Sophia, I see you're done with the bath. Sophia looked away, thinking of what had happened in that bathroom. Were you talking about the greenhouse? Yes, did you see it when you arrived? I did, but it looked like if the plants had died inside. Oh, that's impossible. It's barely been any time at all since the gardeners left. I'm sure the plants inside are more sturdy than that. Well, even if they have died, maybe we could go in and replant some things tomorrow? How wonderful. Have you not heard a word I said? It is unsafe to do so. Oh, don't be such a spoil sport. I think you'll be perfectly fine. Well, it's getting late now, so I'll leave you to retire. If you need anything, my room is just upstairs on the left. Good night, Sophia. The door shifted before Amelie could reach to touch it. Sophia's eyes locked in on the movement. Amelie, would you stay for a while? Oh, interesting, because Lilica left. And then she asks for Amelie to stay. But I was about to leave. Oh, is something the matter? Just a little homesick. Sophia sat down on the bed before resting her head on the pillow. It was hard. Oh no. The bed is crunchy. It's a crunchy bread. I mean bed. Not a bread. But Amelie is like, oh, we sunk into the bed. So nice. No one's used it for ages. Crunchy bread. Don't you ever lay in your bread? I feel it's crunchy. I was gonna say bed. Well, bed doesn't exist anymore. Only bread. Of course. Why don't we chat for a while? Oh, then come join me. Sophia gently pet the spot beside her in the bed. In the bed? Ah, scandalous. Oh, okay. Sophia looked towards Amelie in the low light. Right now, she seemed hauntingly beautiful, as she were nothing more than a ghost. Thanks for staying with me for a while. Ah, it's nothing to worry about, truly. I want to spend more time with you, too. Really? You don't find me boring? You're the most interesting person I've ever met. Don't be silly. Oh, don't be silly. I'm being completely honest. You truly are so unique. I think the same about you. I've never met anyone like you, really. Her mind flashed back to all she had seen. Really, she truly had never met anyone like Amelie. You wrote so much about yourself, and yet seeing you in person, I fear there is still so much I don't know. There's plenty of time for us to tell each other everything. Oh, then tell me something about yourself, something you've never told anyone. I'm partially blind in my right eye. Really? How well can you see? I wonder if my eye is being affected, like I'm seeing the supernatural when I'm not supposed to. Unless this house is just super haunted. I mean, it is super haunted, but I wonder if my eye really boosts everything. I watched those VHS movies that used to be on Netflix. I don't think they are anymore. They might be on a different platform. But they were just like a compilation of quote-unquote found footage that was made to be found footage. And I thought they were pretty good. And there was one where some guy he never, either he lost his eye or never had an eye, and he goes to the doctor, and they are like, "Do you want to upgrade to like a robotic eye?" He's like, "Yeah, that'd be pretty cool." And so he like starts recording from his eye, or like from his phone with his eye, or something like that. And so you see his POV of his eyes, but then his robotic eye suddenly sees a ghost. And now he can see ghosts through his robotic eye. It is pretty crazy. He tries to ignore it and all this stuff. And I was like, dang. What a betrayal. It's okay. Just a little blurry, really. You tell me something. Tell me something, she thought. Tell me what's going on here. Tell me I'm not insane. Well, when I was 12, I stole a cookie jar from the kitchen and blamed my brother. He was scolded for hours. What a mischievous child. I'm sure your brother wasn't all too pleased. Actually, it was his idea. He knew I wanted it and told me to tell my parents if it was him if I asked. What a good brother. Where is he now? Did he go away with your parents? Amelie shook her head. He died when he was 16. Oh, I'm so sorry, Amelie. What happened? Scarlet fever. So my family was left with only me as an heir. And what worth is a female heir? You're worth plenty. More than plenty. I thought she was gonna think. I was waiting for her to think like scarlet fever. That hasn't been a thing since like hundreds of years ago. Thank you, Sophia, but some days I'm sure. It's your turn again. Truthfully, I said I didn't want to get married, but that's not exactly right. I do. Oh? I just don't want a husband. Then, I'm sorry, does it make you uncomfortable? No. I have also thought that I don't want a husband. Whenever my father has brought it up, I felt sick to my stomach. Then how about coming away with me for a while? Away? Outside of the house? What about the sickness? Away. Yes, away from this place. Yeah, Sophia's got it. Like, she's like, this place is messed up. Amelie, I don't care if you don't see it or not. We're out of here. It's okay now. You'll be okay. You can come stay in my house. I could show you all around my school. You don't have to go through an arranged marriage if you don't want to. You would do that for me? You are my dearest friend, and I actually... Ghost interrupting. Oh, wait. Gotta save. Return. Defy my fate. Lilica? At some point, the two women had gotten close enough together that they could feel each other's breath on their lips. Whoa. The two parted with reddened cheeks, and Amelie quickly brushing her skirt off and standing up. I should be going to bed. Please rest well. We can talk more about it in the morning, right? Right, good night, Amelie. I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, Amelie, wait a moment. Yes? What does Lilica look like? Ah, what a funny question. You've seen her plenty of times already. With my eye, I sometimes struggle a little. Oh, right, my apologies. She has long blonde hair done up like this. Amelie pretended to put her hair into two low ponytails. What color are her eyes? Red, and she wears a dress of white and black with a red ribbon, the same color as her eyes. Interesting. Thank you, Amelie. Good night. See you in the morning. Amelie left the room. Meanwhile, Sophia's eyes studied the place. I've been defying my fate. I don't like the fate that the game has been setting up for me. Defy! Are you here, Lilica? Give us a sign. Oh no. I don't have a good track record with ghosts, actually. Silence followed. If I stay here, will I live to see tomorrow? More silence. She gulped. A flame by the side of her bed flickered wildly. Sophia laid back, shutting her eyes, but she felt as if someone was watching her. Waiting. Waiting and biding their time. Thank you, bunny. Cold tendrils wrapped around her throat like a snake, cool like ice and getting tighter and tighter. She couldn't breathe. She couldn't even move. She opened her eyes, but no one was there. Sophia wasted no more time. She jumped to her feet and quickly shoved them back into her shoes and headed for the door. It opened without any resistance. Outside the room, the hallway was dark, lit only by a handful of candle and scones. Sophia swallowed and then stepped out. She actually did run away! Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, she kind of had to at this point. There was ghosts that wanted to murder her. Not a good sign. The house was silent. Sophia took careful steps, but the floorboards still squeaked loudly beneath her. During the day, she hadn't even noticed it, but now, wrapped in darkness, it seemed as if those small sounds would wake whatever was sleeping inside this house. Amelie? Lilica? She whispered. Except I said out loud. But heard no response. Upon being met with only more silence, her footsteps sped up. Far in the distance, she heard something shift. A slight sound, one that normally wouldn't be noticed. But for Sophia, it was enough to make her heart race. She sped to the end of the hall and stood at the bottom of the grand staircase. Above her, her eyes honed in on two doors in particular. The master bedroom and the door to Amelia's room. Amelie. Dang it, keep saying Amelia. At this point, you can just rewatch. Oh, weird, I thought I heard something. Rewatch the VOD. Drink water every time I say Amelia. You'd be like slightly hydrated. The choice was obvious. Sophia raced up the stairs and stood in front of the door to her pen pal's room. But as she went to knock, the door fell open. Amelie? Are you in here? Are you in here? Oh, the music stopped. She received no reply. Oh no. No music box for you. Sophia's head spun around. From somewhere deep in the dark, a gentle tune was playing skillfully. Her arms dropped to her side. The sound consumed her. No! Sophia! I turned down the volume. No! Rip Sophia. Sophia drifted back, out of Amelie's bedroom, chasing that dreamy song. No, Sophia! The sound ate her. It's consuming her. Sophia, no! You were almost so close. She should have just left. Step, step, step through the darkness. All that mattered was that sound. She came to the end of the hallway. A single door stood in the way. A bookcase was pushed to the side. Without a second thought, she pulled it open. Is there still music? Kind of. In the center of the room, surrounded by candles, Amelie sat. Oh! I read that as her skirt farted. Her skirt fanned out around her. Spread out over the floor were piles of letters. Upon closer inspection, each was filled with the words that had been crossed out and signed with yours, Marion. What? Spread out around the floor were piles of letters. Upon closer inspection, each was filled with words that had been crossed out and signed with yours, Marion. Does she have several different pen pals that come to see her and then get consumed by the house? Amelie? Amelie, are you awake? Her eyes were shut tight, yet her hands moved enough to play the sorrowful tune. Please listen to me, Amelie. Lilica, she isn't... I'm not what? Oh god, I forgot she's also her too. She's still playing the tune. Oh yeah, she definitely still playing the tune. You're going to leave her, aren't you? Oh, no, oh boy. Are you living inside her body? Is that why she sees you and speaks through you? That would make a lot of sense, actually. Sophia heard the door shut behind her. She backed up quickly and tried the handle, but it was stuck. Amelie's eyes finally opened. In the place of her usual golden eyes was a glare of deep red. Amelie, snap out of it. Please snap out of it. Her eyes are red. Like those pit crews when you can change the colors. You want to take her away? Amelie, please. One by one, the candles blew out, and the two were plunged into darkness. Amelie's body slumped forward and crashed to the ground. Your internet! Oh no, Bonnie! I feel like your internet's always like, things are getting spicy. Time to go out. You can see her. You can kind of see her. She looks like a tofu figure. All I saw was red eyes Amelie had. It's not looking good for Sophia. I kind of, I was like, oh no, she left without Amelie. But you know what? It's the same energy I had when I played Resident Evil 8, and I was like, oh no, I gotta save my wife. And then you play 7, you're like, oh no, you can actually keep my wife. I can go find a new one. Thank you so much. Take good care of her. I've changed my mind. I don't need a wife anymore. Right on cue, Bunny's internet going out. Dang, this house is doing all kinds of dark magic. It's nice to meet you, Sophia. I'm sure we're going to have a fun time living together. Since you will be staying with us after all, right? Where have you taken her? Stay with us, Sophia. 2 out of 2. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I forgot the music's down. Holy cow. Oh, it's only 2 out of 2. Oh my goodness. Alright, we gotta go back. Oh wait, no, I don't gotta do that. Gosh darn. We can go back to saves. Load. What if we accept our fate? What if we accept our fate over here? For some reason, Sophia just couldn't sit still. She tried to lay down to rest, but turned this way and that uneasy. Okay. I'll get some water. Do I get abducted by the master bedroom? Settled the endings? No, not yet. We got 1 out of 2. And I was like, why is it Lily Cuz open? Because we haven't finished. The hallway was dark, but most of the sconces having been blown out already. Sophia stepped carefully through space, conscious of the sound her footsteps created. The kitchen was by the stairwell. Hand-painted portraits were lined up in a row on either side of the hall. She stared at the grand staircase. Each step was inviting, enticing her to make the ascent. Her large eyes stared once again at the imposing stained glass window, and then to the doors that awaited upstairs. Her hand rested against the kitchen door, her fingers dancing along the handle. Oh, I just found my phone! It's on the floor! I was just thinking, the kitchen. My phone was on my wallet in the kitchen. Then when I came upstairs, I thought for sure I had my phone. Turns out it fell. Her hand rested against the kitchen door, her fingers dancing over the handle. Pandle. It stayed there as her mind debated with herself. Waiting. Come here. Come visit us. Oh my goodness. I made a mistake. I changed my mind. I don't want to accept this fate anymore. But it's too late. We need the second ending. Do we have to defy all of the things? I guess if you accepted your fate in the end, all be all. Her hand dropped to her side as she ascended past the glass window into the next floor. The 2 doors awaited her. A chill ran through the air as a scene played out before her. I'm gonna put a warning, 'cause last time a scene played before her was not a good one. Not a good one at all. Take a moment. Mentally prepare. Or mentally look away. Well, I guess you can physically look away, actually. A chill ran through the air as the scene played out before her. 2 women dragged a man's body up the staircase, leaving a trail of blood on the otherwise pristine carpet. Did Amelie and... I already forgot the evil girl's name. Lizetta? Was that a stone? Please don't look at this mentally. Two women dragged a man's body up the staircase, leaving a trail of blood on the otherwise pristine carpet. They pushed open one of the doors. The man's head hit the final step, and he made no move to stop them, nor cried out in pain. He was already long dead. Is that her dad? The figures disappeared into the room. When Sophia blinked, the door was shut again. She trembled. The master bedroom. From behind that closed door, a voice called out to her, but the words were much too faint to make out. Her hand rested against the handle. Sophia couldn't stop it from shaking. Ah! With a careful motion, she pushed open the door. Wearing headphones, hearing all the sounds, really just intensifies the experience. A musty smell came from further inside the dark room. Sophia, peering into the darkness, quickly took hold of one of the lit candles near the room and stepped inside. You might get a picture. I don't think it's gonna be a pretty picture. Oh, it's just the bedroom. A portrait sat above. The portrait sat above a large canopy bed. The curtains were pulled back, hiding whatever was inside. In the portrait, Amelie sat beside a woman with a green dress and brown hair done up into a bun. Standing behind them was a man with an imposing brow and a large beard. A family of mice ran from under the bed and out of the room. Sophia jumped to the side, narrowly avoiding them. Step, step, step. Each step brought her closer to that bed. Each step made her chest feel heavier and tighter. She stood before the bed and reached a trembling hand to the curtains that hid whatever lay inside. A wind blew from somewhere unseen and her candle extinguished. Oh no. Behind her, the door shut and the room plunged into near complete darkness. Amelie? Is that you? I'm sorry, I came in here after you asked me not to. I'll just go now, okay? Her body fell forward before she had a moment to react. She tumbled through the curtains and landed on something hard that rested on the bed. What? Oh no. The curtains flew open and the moon shone in from outside. Two skeletons! You know what time it is? Skeleton time? The body she was expecting to find was absent. In its place, two skeletons, long ago decayed. Sands and papyrus. Enter. Is it pizza time? Oh my god, it's pizza time! Almost choked on air. Pizza time. Well, this is awkward timing. Well, I guess since these skeletons can't eat, more for us. They laid side by side, one smaller and the other larger. But now, one was on either side of her. Her scream pierced through the air, but no one came running. She tried desperately to squirm, to run, but it felt as if something was sitting on her, holding her down. As she struggled, she saw it. The two dark red eyes hanging above her, watching. You won't take her away from me. No! Sophia went out too still. She's mine. Ah! Guys. I heard of skeletons in your closet, but not literal. Dang! Was it? Oh no, we did get 2 out of 2. Oh no. Yours, Lilika. Her name is shaking. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. Lilika, you heckin'. I've got a lot to say. But I'll say it next time, because we've run out of time for today. Big sad. Heckin', Lilika, I will never forgive you stopping my forbidden romance in time and space. I thought she was going to be buried alive with those two. It was pretty crazy. There's 6 endings. We've gotten 1, 2. Oh, that makes sense because Lilika says 0 out of 3. I just want them to be happy, you know? And heckin' Lilica's a Yandere ghost with supernatural powers. How do you defeat? Why do Yanderes always have something like super above and beyond the natural people? Being a Yandere give you evil powers. Dang. It would have been pretty crazy if she did bury her alive. Then she would be like slowly but surely would also be a skeleton. Oh no, that's no good. This game is so good, right? I looked at the reviews and it was like, this game, pretty good. All the endings are worth it. All the POVs, the art, the storytelling, the ambience. I think it's pretty good. 1 ending, first girl. 2 second. 3 for the ghost. The ghost with the most. Corruption. Like a knife? Well, yeah, that's true. But they also like run really fast. I blame Bunny. That's funny. Well, thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a very good rest of your evening, night, morning, or afternoon, wherever you're watching from. And remember, be kind to yourselves and be kind to others. Let's hang out again. What is today? Today is Friday. Yeah, it is Friday. Before I forget. And then tomorrow at I think 8 p.m. CT, we'll be having a big collab with some friends playing crab game. It's our friend Dill VM Fighter's birthday or pre-birthday, and a bunch of people that we know and that he knows. Well, I know a few people like Myth and Roman and Clow. I think that's all I know from that group, but yeah, it's gonna be fun. I said crab game. Crab. C-R-A-B. Crab. Unless I accidentally said that. No, I didn't say that. I try my best not to say those things on accident. But I love you all so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. We'll probably, if we've got time. No, I have a volunteer event on Sunday. No! We'll probably fit this in our schedule next week because we gotta know. We gotta know how it ends with Lilica. Maybe I'll do like a double feature. We'll do like Lilica. So it'll probably be like an hour and a half and then like some other random game. We'll see. We'll see. But I will see you. See y'all next time, everybody. Take care. Drink some good water. And enjoy your weekend. Get some good rest in. Let's see if I can raid over anyone really quick. Can you hear the piano in the background? Beer, beer, beer. Let's see. A scroll. A lot of people playing on a Friday. Well, I guess because I'm earlier. Bye bye Bob. Let's raid over to Orange. You know, I didn't they're orange, like orange themed, and I didn't realize like orange was orange, like orange. Java barely figured that. Well, he came to this epiphany, and then I was like, woo! They're playing this game called Ghostwire Tokyo. Ta-da! For mature audiences. Alrighty, everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Whoppa. Whoppa.